Hey guys, Kim here with Like Tesla. So the holidays are coming up right around the corner and we thought it was the perfect time to put together a wish list for Santa Elon on what we think will make your Tesla even better. So today I'm going to be meeting with our friend Matt, and he is one of the top Tesla experts. Between him and us, we have driven every variant of Tesla that they make right now. He's owned quite a few Teslas. We have a couple, and we've put together our personal wish list for Tesla. But we've also reached out to you guys on Twitter, and you guys have had some amazing suggestions. So at the end of the video, we're going to incorporate your suggestions into the video as well. So make sure you guys watch this video to the end, and if we don't bring up something that you guys think Tesla should do, put it in the comments below. We're going to try to get some eyes on this video and hopefully make some of these things happen. So here we go. First, I want to tell you about Climate XChange Tesla raffle that would make an amazing holiday gift idea. They're raffling off a fully optioned Tesla of your choice, and they'll pay the taxes for you. One raffle ticket gets you a Tesla of your choice or cash, and it helps a great cause for this nonprofit. For more info, check out carbonraffle.org, and good luck.
But this is just a leap in a whole different direction.
Our friend Matt is one of the most knowledgeable and passionate Tesla owners that we know. In 2012, he enjoyed his first EV so much that he actually opted to trade in his V12 BMW for a Nissan Leaf. In 2013, he was one of the first in the world to purchase a performance Model S.
4 years later, I still get in this car, and I come back from a trip from the airport, I get in the car, I'm like, this thing is awesome.
And in 2017, one of the first to take delivery of a Model 3.
Right now the vehicle's unlocked, but if it weren't, you would just tap it up against the middle area on the B-pillar.
I love the spinner. It's like, Elon, please don't get rid of the spinner.
Yeah.
His family now owns a second Model 3 with a Model Y on order for his wife. Plus, you may remember he holds reservations for a Rivian, but is undecided until he sees the Tesla truck first. We sat down with Matt to discuss some of the most desirable features that can make Tesla even better today, and also some of your most requested features. The team at Tesla responsible for feature requests has been alerted to your most popular requests and hopes to implement at least some of them in future iterations. So let's jump in. So I know something that you and I have talked about together that I've always thought this is a great idea, and I'm not exactly sure why Tesla hasn't already incorporated this, would be the bird's eye cameras that are top-down cameras. And that is something I would love to see in all of their cars.
The first electric car I had was the Nissan Leaf, and they implemented it from there. Like the instant I saw that feature, I thought, this is killer. I don't care who has it, this is killer. And I was excited when the Leaf had it. And I was hoping, I get why Tesla doesn't do it with their cameras now. I was hoping that you could do it, but their cameras are aimed in a different way. But nonetheless, it would be a fantastic feature. And I noticed I'm not the only one that you feel that way. I feel that way. I hear a lot, on your Twitter feed, lots of feedback on that particular kind of a feature. Elon and Tesla and company probably don't do it from the point of view the self-driving, push. Mm-hmm. And they're kind of probably hoping that they don't need it because you're not going to be driving your car. It's going to park itself. And so maybe you don't need that top view. But who knows how long that is.
So something that's come up a lot that I know a lot of people have brought up to us is just having the powered front doors on the S, just like the X has. So the X right now, has these great powered doors. So here we are, auto present. You like that? You can, even put your foot on the brake and it closes them. And that's something that would also set the S far apart from the 3.
Yeah, it's a great luxury feature, and I mentioned it's kind of like the tailgate, electric tailgate. The first time I saw that, I thought, how ridiculous is that? I mean, who's too lazy to, And then I started using it, and I'm like, wow, this is fantastic. And I drove your car, the Model X with the doors, and the same thing. I'm like, how silly? Who needs a car to open the door and shut the door? How silly is that? But then in the end, I drove yours. I'm like, at the end of the day, I was like, oh my gosh, this is fantastic. This is really cool. So I would agree. I think the S should absolutely have that feature. I would almost suggest optioning it for the Model 3, but I get the differentiation. One that I've been dying for is just a really simple thing, a 110 volt thing, plug-in, so that I can charge my laptop. If I go on a road trip and I'm working at my computer, I can't really use it for, I mean, if my computer lasts 3 hours on a 6-hour road trip, I'm done. For goodness sakes, you're in an electric car. If anything should have power to run your computer, it should be an electric car. Some interesting things would be like, I'd love to see now that they've got Netflix and YouTube, I'd love to see, Apple TV Plus get in there as a video option. And in particular, I'd really like to see the Apple Music get in there, because the Porsche Taycan, whatever, has managed to get Apple Music into their car. So now it's obviously in an app form, and I think it'd be fantastic to be able to see those, because there's a lot of people on the whole, Apple iPhone ecosystem. A couple things, that are better from the manufacturer. I'd love to see just an easy place to put your sunglasses where everybody else has them in a lot of cars. And then of course door handles. I'd like, sort of just to be able to, hold, to get in and out of the car, or hold the door handle, that are better done by the manufacturer than some third party. One thing I wanted to ask you about is that I've sort of thought about, especially with the Rivian coming out with this emergency charger, is the notion of that, as well as a charge port in front. Like, so you could have one in the back and one in the front, or you could option it. You could pay extra if you want that in the front, because, charging a Tesla in your garage is, it's a pretty big hose. It's, to get a 100 amp circuit in there if you want to charge that. And some people's boxes are in the front of the garage.
I think if they could make it aesthetically look good and like hide it so that you don't even notice it, I think it would be really nice. I mean, there's times when we go to charge and you have to back in, or if you do, you have that super long cord that you're trying to like get around your car. So having the option, like either option would be nice. I think it's a matter of, I think Franz needs to get on it and
directive from Kim.
Yeah, because it would be a great option. They just need to make it look beautiful. So we asked you guys on Twitter what were some of your wish list items, and I wanted to go ahead and read some of those out because you guys had great ideas. So let me kind of just go to Twitter right now, and I'm going to read some of the ones that we really liked and some of the most popular ones that come up. So our friend Mark Larson said the heating steering wheel in the Model 3. Our X has it. Even our Leaf that we had before our Teslas had the heated steering wheel. And then I think most people would agree that bring it to the Model 3. Ben Solons says voice control everything. So I actually do like that. It'd be kind of like Alexa.
Yeah.
You could, control the volume of, what you're listening to just by voicing it, all kinds of features.
Well, the nice thing about that, and something I noticed reading through some of the Twitter things, is most of the items on the list are software oriented. Like, how many people are asking BMW and Mercedes, hey, can you add this software feature? I mean, it just shows you what a different kind of car this is, that you can enhance so much of it just through the downloads. And so Tesla has just done an incredible job, and I think that the fact that you have all these cool requests that are software oriented are just incredibly exciting, because we can all have them. We can all get them, because it'd be a download.
We have FC Factory, and they said Sentry and Dash playback on screen. And
Excellent.
I think a lot of people kind of went with this Sentry mode and things that you can do with that. I think that's an excellent suggestion. Tesla Joy talked about being able to view and interact with live Sentry mode when it is triggered like a Ring doorbell. And
Yeah.
I also love that suggestion because, we use the Ring doorbells, and being able to look at your phone and, see what's going on like that would be great.
I second that in a big way. It seems like they're overdue for just a nice interface to be able to manage dash cam video, Sentry video, configure the drives, transfer video, all that kind of stuff. And again, software, they can do that.
Right.
It's pretty relatively easy, speaking in terms of there's no big cost in hardware.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it could just be simplified a little bit and put together.
And that request was on there a number of times.
Yes, definitely. It was definitely one of our top requests.
Yeah.
Another one that Tesla Joy said that I thought was interesting, and this was something that I also wanted to bring up. She said that the auto frunk and trunk, if a base model Toyota Camry has auto trunk, Model 3 should too. And I thought that was a really valid point. You can buy these after accessories that will do it for you, but you know, I think most people spend around $40,000 on their Model 3, and that's something that should be expected when you're spending that kind of money. So.
Yeah, no, I fully agree.
Here's another one from Tesla owner Silicon Valley, and this was really popular. Actually, a lot of people said this was to have waypoint or multiple destinations on navigation, and I couldn't agree more. I know for road trips, this would be great because a lot of times, you know, you are going to do multiple stops.
Yeah.
To me, a lot of them seem like, oh yeah, duh, but I think it's a matter of just like thinking it and implementing it and doing it, and it's stuff that is possible. So hopefully this video kind of sparks some ideas with the software engineers over at Tesla, and we can get some of the requests that you guys like in there. So definitely be commenting below. If things are coming to you while you're watching this video, put them in our comments because hopefully we'll get some eyes on them.
Yeah, you never know when you're going to inspire that engineer that's looking to impress and stay late a couple nights and come out with, oh, hey, guess what I did? That would be a people pleaser for the company and for all the customers.
All right, I found a good one here. Andy Sly said the ability for 1.5 time and 2 time playback speed for TuneIn podcast streaming. And this was pretty popular. A lot of people like this. I know I listen to a lot of podcasts, and it made me think about the ability of when you're listening to a podcast and you get out of your car and then you go back and you want to listen to it and it starts all over again.
Yeah.
Like, why can't it just like pick up where it left off? So I think there could be a couple things with like the podcast listening that could be improved.
I think that's an excellent idea. I know my business partner often listens to podcasts, and he often listens to them at 1.25, 1.5 times speed, just to get through them quicker. So
definitely, I think a lot of us get our news from listening to podcasts now. I'm constantly listening to all the Tesla podcasts out there too, because it's fun, you know?
Yeah.
It's why we watch YouTube videos too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. A number of people requested, and it's kind of a simple, obvious thing, and that's a smartwatch app or control, you know, for Tesla to come out with a smartwatch version. Now, I noticed that I can get some notifications on my watch, but I can't unlock the car. I can't walk up to the car and get in. So it'd be kind of cool. I know, you know, Apple Watch has a lot of security. I don't care if it's Apple Watch, you know, and Google or whatever other options. But that would be nice in case I don't have my phone with me, but I always have my watch, and so I can get in and out of the car. I saw an interesting one that resonates with me, and that is the manual control of the wipers. Probably the least, I don't know how to phrase it, but the feature I like least controlling from the screen is the windshield wipers. I just wish there was a dial on the stick, you know, so that I could quickly turn it on, crank it up and whatnot. I mean, I get they're trying to minimize parts and have control on there. It's fine if they still have control on there, but just a hardware switch. I use the push button all the time. I use the push button to do the single wipe, just to pull up the windshield wiper button, because, you know, maybe it's on speed or maybe it's on my tires are too low or something like that. So I gotta sweat. I'm like, no, I just hit the button. And I go, so I love the physical button. I'm fine with them eliminating as much as possible from physical buttons, but that's the one I wish they would reconsider.
So the X still has, and I do use that quite a bit with the wipers because it still has it on the X. So we had over 50,000 Tesla owners and enthusiasts read our tweet asking for realistic feature requests, and over 500 of you sent back requests. More requests have come in since we sat down with Matt, and we've gone ahead and shared them directly with Tesla's team in charge of integrating desired features in future software iterations. Not so surprising, the most popular feature request was the ability to see Sentry Mode clips on the center screen as well as on your phone when an alert is triggered. The second most popular feature request was easily related to some sort of parking assist feature like a top-down view. Here are a few other popular ones that you shared with us. Music levels adjusting to ambient noise and road noise seems to be a popular request, as well as embedding the speed of your car into the dash cam footage. The ability to detect potholes and warn you of them was another. I almost feel like I remember Elon Musk saying this was doable and should be incorporated at some point. Better functioning auto wipers was also popular, as well as cross-traffic alerts when backing out of a parking lot. How about when you're adding air into your tires? A chime, a honk, or a flash of lights lets you know when you've reached the recommended tire pressure. Here's a really cool idea. How about the ability to charge other Teslas from your Tesla? Mirroring your phone or Google Casting to the car's center screen was another hugely popular request. A requested feature section of the Tesla's portal to allow owners to up and downvote feature requests and submit new ideas would also be an incredible feature. A thoughtful one would be an inclusion of a deep sleep mode. This would be perfect for those who travel for weeks and leave their cars in a safe spot like a home garage. This would significantly reduce phantom drain. And lastly, we'll include this because I think a lot of you would find this fascinating and a fun feature to have. How about the ability to access stats on how much of a percentage you have driven in autopilot? This could be a fun fact to share with non-owners about exactly how much of a burden autopilot takes off of your drives. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if there are any other realistic features that we did not mention here, share them in the comments below and we'll be sure to get them in the right eyes over at Tesla. Till next time, thanks for watching. Definitely, if you guys are on Twitter, go take a look at this tweet because there's so many good ideas out here.
And how cool is that to have such a active user base that you, as a popular YouTuber, put that out and it just gets swarmed. You know, so cool.
Well, I think it's really important for, you know, if you do have some kind of platform to be able to use it for everybody. Because it's like, I can give you guys my ideas and put them out here, but we get so many amazing ideas and things, you know. We've become friends because of all this, and you've had awesome ideas for us and you guys out there. So this video is really for you guys to get what you want out of your Tesla and get it hopefully in the eyes of Tesla. So thank you guys so much for everything that you've suggested, and you know, keep the suggestions rolling in the comments below.
Maybe a little more pie in the sky, but I've seen it a lot, and it's this desire to have a solar roof. I know Tesla has spoken out many times on it. Elon has said, you know, it's not enough. You can't get enough there to get any reasonable amount of power and all that kind of stuff. And I guess what I wish, you know, I would cover the car. I would give up the glass roof and I'd pay extra for the car to think that we can plug into the big supercharger in the sky. And seeing some of the other car companies run with that, you know, and cover the, you know, the hood, the dash, the roof, the back, whatever, as much as you can kind of get on there. Of course, looking aesthetically pleasant. There's some that look very nice. And I thought, you know, if you can get 20 or 30 miles a day, I mean, that's incredible. Like totally free power. I mean, I know you can put a solar in your roof, it's more efficient, you can charge and all that kind of thing. But to be sitting out in the parking lot all day at work, what I think I like about that most is it's aspirational. It's like, it kind of inspires you, like, wow, this is a whole new thing. And, you know, Elon and Tesla have inspired us incredibly with so many different things, you know, with electric cars to begin with, obviously, and reusable rockets and all this incredible stuff, and now tunnels and different ways of transportation. Solar on the roof, I get excited about the potential for the solar tiles, but this is just one more that's like, it's not, you know, a cup holder or something like that. It's something that's like so different and exciting, and it just gets you just motivated to kind of get into it all that more. So yeah, I would love to see that. And it's not like every big car company happens to have a solar manufacturing facility in their back pocket, you know. So Elon has and Tesla has the very big convenience of actually having staff and experts and incredibly smart people designing this stuff for solar roofs and whatnot. Why not move it to the car as well?
That's one thing I'm wondering about with their Cyberpunk truck, if they're going to add that to it. Do you think that would be a major selling point for you over some of the other maybe EV trucks we've seen?
Yeah, I think anything that has a solar option would be really exciting. That one would be a little bit more a question because I could see there being less roof because there's a pickup truck and you probably wouldn't want to put solar in the bed because you're going to, I don't know, maybe covered up with carrying stuff, but then again, you're not carrying stuff a lot. So, but I just, you know, anything that they could do in that front. I mean, there's a guy on YouTube, he's put solar on his Nissan Leaf. He's like figured out how to do it because he doesn't have a charging station at work that he can plug into, and he needed an extra 10 or 15 miles to be the round trip home, you know. And I'm like, I mean, people are eager to have it.
What do you guys think about that, having the solar on the roof? I love anything that is, you know, free energy and it's natural and it's available. I love the idea of solar all around. So
Quick question for you. Would you give up your glass roof for a solar roof?
see, that's when you said that, that's the thing that made me think about that, because I know with our Model X, that's a feature I just love. So I don't know. That's something I'd have to think about. I really, really love that glass roof. And I know the kids love it when they are in the back seat.
Yeah.
I think I'd have to give it some thought. But maybe if it was like an option.
Or something clever, you know, the paint, maybe somehow have solar paint. I don't know if
Yeah.
that's even feasible or not. We saw a thing I sent you guys earlier that someone has glass that they put solar in the glass so you can actually see through the glass. It's not very efficient, but nonetheless it's
So maybe
moving
you
in
do
direction.
that with the glass roof on like the Model X, you know?
Yeah.
Something like
And
that.
they're kings of innovation. So Tesla's level of innovation is through the roof. I mean, if you have a rocket-propelled Roadster, which is not released, of course, but in discussion, which is insane and cool. I think I'd still rather have a solar roof, and I think a lot more people could utilize a solar roof than a rocket-propelled Roadster.
Right.
So, anyway.
Something to think about, and I think it's all about just having the options available. So when you go to configure, that can be something that you could option for.
So Kim, I have one more personal request, and you can, I think, appreciate it. It's about charging stations. Love all the charging stations. Absolutely, superchargers are fantastic, but they need to get them done in Columbus and Dothan, because I can't get from Atlanta down to the beach without having to divert way over to Auburn. And you know this from driving down to the beach too. And they're scheduled. They were supposed to be done in 2018, and now it says 19, and now we're at the end of 19, and so it's like, oh my gosh.
I totally forgot about that, and I should have known that we couldn't make this video without you throwing that out there.
So to the folks that run the supercharger installation department, please get Dothan and Columbus finished and wrapped up, because we need them. All of Atlanta needs them. The whole Atlanta that wants to go down to the beach needs those.
Which is pretty much all of us.
Yeah, a huge Tesla community here in Atlanta, so that would be very useful.